I know. I'm so sorry. Where's it at? Where's it at? So, hold on. I'm in here right now. I'm going to look it up. On the Kyla, right? The one that we went to. They're both sold. Yeah. There's 3 on Kyla. There's 70 Kyla, 69 Kyla, and 40 Kyla. They're all sold. Okay, listen. I'm going to drop a pin on the map, and I'm going to cold call everybody else in that area and ask anybody else if they're interested in selling their home, because I have a pre-qualified buyer. And I'll do that today, and I'll touch base with you tomorrow and see if anybody said yes. Yeah. It was sold. Yep. Listen, your mother's house was on the market 6 hours. We had an offer in on it. This is what I was telling, like, we just have to move fast. When you see the house, we have to get out there and see it ASAP. But listen, I did, you know, I'm part of RE/MAX Premier Properties. I actually reached out to my brokerage again today because I do work with the 44 top agents here in Delaware. And I reached out to all of them, like, does anybody have anything in the pipeline that will be coming soon? And I gave them your criteria. So every day I'm working to try and find you something, even if it's not on the market right now. I'm trying to find out what's in the pipeline coming up. So I will drop a pin on the map and I will call that entire neighborhood and see if anybody's interested in selling. You're welcome. Well, here's the thing. If I understand it correctly, and you absolutely should always call your mortgage lender with those types of questions. But until we actually have an offer that is submitted and accepted, your rate is not locked. So your rate should be fluctuating with the market right now, meaning if the rate goes lower, you get that lower rate based on what you qualify for. But you should definitely call them and just see what they say about that. And like I said, you there? Can you hear me? Yeah, so you definitely want to call your mortgage lender and just verify with them that your rate is going to fluctuate with the market until we have a solidified offer.
All right, guys, welcome. How y'all doing? Carol's over there taking care of business. That's awesome.
She's a hustler.
Sorry.
No, you're good, Carol. I loved how you handled that. Yeah. How's everybody's week been? Woo! It's been quite an interesting week here. But nonetheless, business is still moving. Are y'all freaked out a little bit about what's going on?
Carol's not in the least.
Which is
right,
awesome.
Carol?
You know, when you do the math, 1.7% chance of catching the coronavirus. I can't even muster up 1 ounce and give a crap.
Yeah. Are y'all experiencing anything different in your business? Do y'all have more business coming in, more people asking questions?
I just got somebody pre-approved, and she called me today wanting to schedule a showing, and I have another showing on Thursday. I've got a closing on Wednesday. So my week still is moving forward, which is great. I don't know what's going to come later, but right now I'm just proceeding as normal.
That's awesome, Paula.
I had a client we put under contract on new construction on Saturday. I was out yesterday showing homes again. I just had another client on my phone. Like, what I'm hearing actually is because they have off from work, they're like, can we go look at houses?
Yep.
And I'm like,
nobody has anything better to do. Shoot, everything is closed. I'm in Florida. Disney's closed. Busch Gardens is closed. Universal's closed. It's like, you might as well go look at houses.
house, you know, so I mean, this is good for us.
Yeah, for sure. And what I'm curious about hearing is, are you all taking any active approaches to reaching out to people who may have been on the fence previously because of something like interest rates or the market?
I know one of the
in addition to like cold calling, or?
Yeah. Hold on. We have a couple people. Austin, go ahead.
I know one of the things that I've sort of did to adjust to things is I've reached out to some out of state buyers with empty houses
Mhm.
to see if they want to get those up on the market, and because usually with those type of investors it's just business as usual. So that's what approach I've been taking.
Awesome. What about you, Paula?
I'm sorry. So did you mean in addition to cold calling?
Yeah. So are you having conversations that are more centered around what's happening with the market right now?
That actually, I was just, when I went into my little Zoom group, I asked about the idea of how to approach circle prospecting, if it should be more in a lighthearted way, maybe rather than just going for the hey, is there anything I can do to help you with real estate? If it should be, how are you doing, in terms, of what's going on? I'm a local realtor. Is there anything I can do for you? And then maybe kind of ease the way into the conversation. But I didn't do that yet because
Yeah.
I just got the idea last night, so I wasn't sure if I should do that or not.
Yeah, for sure.
I messaged every single person in my Facebook Messenger a link to local interest rates being lowered, and let them know if they already own a home that they should talk to their lender about refinancing, and if they don't own a home, they should talk to me about getting one because there's no better time to buy.
How's the feedback been on that message you've been sending out?
You know what? I did get a lot of positive responses like, oh man, thanks for the information. I'll reach out to my lender for the people who do own. And the people who just don't own yet were like, oh, you know what? I'm about a year away. So it was a good way to just kind of open the dialogue again. So I think it went positive. And of course, I'll send it out in my newsletter, which goes out tomorrow.
That's awesome. What about you, Daniel? How are things been on your front?
Yeah, so can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Over here is got a little chaotic, of course. People are not, a little worried, but I got maybe a buyer or two that kind of backed out from buying a home. And I'm just kind of recommending still just stick to your plan, but obviously, be open to adjustments. One of the big ones is, obviously it's going to be even harder to meet all your wants and needs, but the interest rate should kind of make up for that. I am pushing kind of like the new homes as well. I just feel like there's less competition. If you can get into a new home, there's still incentives there, and the interest rate, of course, again, try to work towards that. As far as the business side of it, of course, there's so much to do, and then you want to panic as well, but you want to just kind of stick to your routine and, still kind of pump out, information, and just kind of in these times where the real estate agent, I think, makes the biggest difference, because, your advice now becomes way more important than anything else, especially if you had plans for 2020 to buy a home or downsize or do whatever. So I'm pushing that, hey, this is where you really definitely want to have a realtor on your side to kind of help you through all the information that's out there. And stick with your lenders, of course. They're overwhelmed as well. Past clients, helping them refinance, kind of giving them a little bit of positivity, saying, hey, look, you closed with me about 2 years ago at 4.75. I mean, take advantage, right?
Yeah.
So kind of trying to find the positive thing in it. And once again, real estate's been around for a very long time. Even if the market's changed, it's still relevant. People need a place to live, and, just stay positive. You need, you want to be quarantined in a nice house at the end of the day, making little things here just to kind of, keep them positive. So I think that's kind of the goal. And then appraisals, that's another big one too. A lot of people still want to sell their houses for top dollar with a lot of buyers in the market, and then talking to sellers about, hey, let's get it realistic here with the numbers. But I'm losing beds way overpriced. And I'm wondering what they're going to close at. So I'm keeping track on those, but I'm offering at like 5% above, a price per square feet. So, but, once you get into the contract and you start looking at, hey, I'm paying premium dollar for your property. I need premium, inspection report. And I want to make sure that this house is top notch. So you want me to pay 5-8% over, cool. But this inspection report is telling me this house is in bad condition. I need some money. So that's
so you're noticing multiple offers again.
Oh yeah, for sure. Multiple offer situations, and at the end of the day, you still want to, the buyer's still, you know, the interest rates are low, so the buyer's mortgage is still very good. And I guess what the sellers is saying, hey, we're going to pay premium, we're going to pay X amount of money for your house, then we want to make sure that the house checks out perfect. And I think
Right.
that's kind of where they're getting caught up, is saying, hey, I'm asking for $235,000, $240,000 when the house is only worth $215,000, $230,000 at most. I said, cool, we'll do that, but hey, this is a $10,000 worth of repairs here. So, you know, want me to pay top dollar, then you have to be reasonable with this inspection report. And the home is not updated. The home doesn't have this. Home has this. And I, you know, like just now, I just got a house with $8,000 seller's contribution, but we are paying that premium dollar. So, but just kind of, you know, yeah, weeding through all the competition. That's why I'm pushing for new homes. You know, a lot of points on that. I'm saying new homes, probably less competition, inventory's there, move in ready. Especially a lot of people that are kind of worried about their job and you know, hey, I'm not going to work for 2-3 weeks. Well, you want to buy a new home because you're not going to Home Depot every weekend. Right? If you're not working for 2-3 weeks, you don't want to be doing updates to your house. If you can get into a new home, get into a new home. Oh, well, that's less square footage. Well, once again, you know, where's the wants and needs in this market? You have to readjust. So continue with your plans. Let's get you into a home, but now let's be a little more realistic with what the wants and needs are, and make a decision based on that. So it's just a lot of more conversating and just kind of pushing a little harder to keep them positive. And at the end of the day, you know, being realistic with the numbers, right? I think the way the market is, you know, I started real estate in 2014. So I'm telling them, hey, look, we're kind of square one there again. So if you get into a new home, by the time it's 2025, you're going to be in a very good market probably. So, but just kind of, you know, not lying stuff, just kind of find the middle ground where, you know, be cautious, but be optimistic.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Such a great way to spin that, you know, especially with the new construction and offering that different perspective about looking at things instead of just panicking or, you know, thinking that you can't do anything. So great job with that. Yeah. Continue to run with it. Does anybody else want to share? Is anybody feeling a certain type of way, struggling with that or anything like that? All right, cool. There's somebody who is logged in on a cell phone. I'm not sure who that is. If you can just
Probably me.
Who is this?
Erica.
Okay.
C.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna change your name.
And I do have a question. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't hit the pound key with my access code. So I'm sorry about that. But my question is, like, I have a open house. I'm sorry, not a home buyer seminar scheduled for next week on Saturday the 28th. And I'm just wondering if I should cancel it or not. Like, I have one person to register so far. It is limited seating, but I don't know. What do you think? Do you think I should cancel it, or should I still like push to market it? Because it's not going to be, I know it's not going to be 100 people, which is in our executive order in North Carolina, but I guess I'm just concerned. I don't want to like offend people, considering, you know, everyone feels different about this whole situation. Some people are like, oh, you know, worried, scared, and then others are kind of like, oh, business as usual. So I'm kind of torn between that, on like what to do.
Here's my advice on that. Oftentimes for first-time home buyer seminars, people register at the last minute, you know, especially if it's a free one. They're going to register the night before, possibly even the morning of. And so I would play it by how many people you actually get registered. If it's like 2, 3, 5 people, host them, you know, at a coffee shop and still do it. But if you had a full-on production planned out where you were expecting 20, 30 people, where you had catering and all this lined up, then that's a different story. You know, if it's one person who wants to come and register it, or 2 people, 5 people, call them and make sure that they're serious about it, and maybe turn it into more so of just like a little small group buyers consultation instead of this big seminar. But you may want to formally cancel it. I have canceled one in the past, and we waited until the Thursday before the seminar to cancel it. But something that we did was we physically called everybody who registered and said, hey, we're formally canceling the event, but we're gonna do something more small scale, same date, same time, just a different place. Are you still interested in coming? And
Okay.
what that did was that shrink the audience to where we basically set up buyer consultations with everybody. Okay, you go take this person, you go take this person, you go take this person. We're still going to meet with you today on this Saturday, but you know, where you're located, we're going to come to you, meet you at the Starbucks or whatever. So, you know, still got the goal done, because with the first time home buyer seminars, it's not so just for us to be able to brag and say that we did one. We want to get actual business out of it. And so you kind of weed out the people who are just coming for free food or just coming because you're giving a giveaway, and you get the people who are actually looking to get information on it. So I would consider doing it like that.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No problem. All righty.
What would your thoughts be on, and I'm not in that situation, I guess, as I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, I wonder if she could switch it to like a virtual first time home buyers, like maybe go live on Facebook or something.
That's definitely an option. And I've done those before.
Good idea.
Yeah. So that's definitely an option. And you can actually use Zoom for that. So Zoom will let you have it free for, I think, up to 100 people or 50 people, something like that, to where you can hop on a Zoom call and get those people in there as well. Yep.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Just make a decision pretty soon.
Yeah.
Go virtual or not. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, great. So I did request that you all download a form from the File Vault prior to today's call. Was everybody able to download that form?
I was.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, because that's what we're going to be going over today. And I think you all are pretty much all ready to move into level 2. So I'm going to be transitioning you all into level 2. And, you know, for the past couple of months, we've been talking about time blocking. We've been talking about managing your schedule appropriately. We've been talking about A, B, and C leads and getting people to meetings and what to say to them. So hopefully your lead numbers have gone up. I definitely know a lot of your closings have gone up, because I mean, just from January until now, you all are cranking out some great numbers. And we speak a lot about being intentional in your business with your actions. So who you're going after, what you're saying to them, what you're calling to people, sending out the letter of the heart, all of those things, just being very intentional about it. So you're starting to move yourselves into running a true business. We're not so small that we just need to operate as real estate agents. The one big thing that I preach all the time is operating like a business owner. When you're operating like a business owner, you do more activities that are high level, and you start to move into an area where you're delegating more out. We're going to learn about that in level 2 and 3. But as of right now, the best transition to move into as we're going through this is through tracking your numbers. Who currently tracks everything in your business right now? Awesome. Anybody else? Okay. I believe in tracking everything. If I've ever showed you all my spreadsheets and all of that stuff, like, I get down to every little bit. I know every single dollar that's coming in and going out. I know every single lead that was generated. I know what fell out, what fell through the cracks. I know every single thing as it comes to my business. And the best way to know that is by having that morning meeting. I talked about the morning meeting yesterday. Hold on one second. Daniel, the form is the morning meeting form, and it's located in the Power Unit File Vault.
Okay, morning meeting.
Yep, it's under the running a team category.
Okay.
And let me know if you're unable to access it for any reason. But it's an Excel spreadsheet.
Okay. Yeah, I got it.
So adding another step to your process and having that morning meeting. Now, I realize that a lot of you don't have teams. You may not even have an assistant, and that's okay, because the morning meeting has to start with yourself. It has to start with yourself, and you have to take a real look at every single thing in your business, your numbers, your goals, your initiatives, how you're going to get those things done. You have to take a look at all of that on a daily basis. Where I struggled with the morning meeting starting off, because I actually have a team. I don't meet with my whole team every morning. I only meet with my director. So I meet with my director of sales and I meet with my director of operations. Those are the only people who I'm in, and then I do meet with the marketing leader. Those are the only people who I'm having my morning meeting with, because everybody has departments and things that they're responsible for. But I need to have those meetings to know what's going on in the business every day. I'm all over the place. And so this is my moment, because I can't physically track every single thing at and operate at the level that I'm operating at right now. But for you, you can do that while you're under a certain amount of transactions, while you're under a certain amount of closing leads. It's going to be very easy for you. Where I struggled with this in the beginning, though, was, gosh, yeah, I had this morning meeting yesterday, and then I had it the next day. Well, Chasen, it's just you. What are we going to talk about today? What are we going to discuss today? Nothing's really changed until I started pushing the envelope to make changes happen. You know, if you get done everything that you have to get done for that day, you should have a whole different set of things to accomplish the next day. You're never, ever, ever finished in this business. You're never finished until you have just this smooth running operation to where you can go away for 6 months and your business increases. You're not anywhere near done. So it's important for you to be able to track every single thing and have this morning meeting with yourself. So what I'm going to do here on this call is, whoever wants to volunteer, drop it in the chat box if you want to volunteer to have a morning meeting with me. And we're going to demonstrate how to do this morning meeting that you can start doing with yourself. Now, as we're doing this, I want you to use your real numbers. I want you to act as if we are in business together and we are talking about the actual business. All right. Carol said it first, so we're going to go with her. So let's go ahead and open up that Excel spreadsheet and our morning team meeting agenda. I'm going to share my screen here so that you all can follow along in front of, on my end. And we're going to go through this. We're going to talk about all parts of it, because I want you all to start using this every single day. It's going to be one of those non-negotiable things. Your business is going to increase. So don't think I'm just trying to be a boss or anything. Your business is 100% going to increase. It's going to help you out with your systems. Your time blocking is going to get better, and you're going to be able to move to that place where you can start hiring assistants and you can pay them the right way and you can delegate things correctly to get to a place where you are able to focus more so on those high level activities. All right. So starting here at the top, we have our date. This date is going to auto-populate every single day in the day of the week. Now, our theme of the day, okay, this is where it comes down to our theme days. We talked about theme days. Mondays are our VIP days. This was your first lesson in Power Unit, to come up with your VIP list, your referral partner list, and your past client list. So this is going into step 1. So you're going to choose whatever today's theme is. So since today is Monday, today is our VIP day. And then we're going to go into our dashboard. All right. So Carol, here we go. Another Monday. So excited to be here. It's another week to turn out some good stuff. Let's go ahead and assess where we currently are in the business. I think we've been having a great month so far. How many leads do we have month to date?
Active leads that I'm working on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 active leads that
Okay.
I'm following up with.
Okay, so we have 8 leads month to date for March. And now here's the thing about leads. Me personally, I don't count internet leads. I only count true organic leads. So the leads that we get through these conversations, through networking, through the coffee appointments, the lunch appointments, those things that we put on the weekly success journal, those are the leads that I count. I don't count just a random person who reached out on social media wanting to know the price of something. That's not a lead to me. A lead is somebody who I am truly in connection with. We're in alignment. I'm working with them, whether it be with their credit, whether it be getting them pre-approved, but we have a true conversation going. Okay.
Yeah. So the 8 leads that I have right now, I have Lita and Josh. They're going to be listing their house. They got kind of a monkey wrench thrown at them because they had a death in the family. Martina had to reschedule because her husband got called out of town, but she's a listing appointment, moved into April. I have Thomas and Millicent. She's a doctor who lives in Middletown. They're interested in downsizing the house, but they haven't made any moves to move forward with that just yet. I have Tina, who's looking at oceanfront property coming in the next 2 months. Ariel was a referral given to me by another realtor. Kevin Law is a gentleman who is an investor. He's got 3 properties he wants to sell in the area that we're at because he's moving to the other side of Delaware. So he's currently buying investment properties over there. I followed up with him last week. He's got me on the schedule to call him back in the beginning of April. Omar is a gentleman who has a couple properties over here in Wilmington who is also relocated to Bear, Delaware. And he's talking about maybe selling those properties and buying ones closer to him as well. And then I have John. He's got a renter in his property right now. So we have him on the hold button until June. When that renter gets out of the property, we can do the necessary repairs and get that property on the market. That's my leads.
Awesome. So what she just did was everything that would be in this category right here. Okay. So, so you would list out each of those leads, the source, if there's a subsource. So subsource essentially is if they, let's say they were a referral and then who the referral came from.
Okay.
Follow up, any notes, and then are they complete? Yes or no. Okay. So you would list all of those people that you just said here in this section.
Okay.
All right. So back up to the top section. Let's go year to date now.
Okay. Now I have those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That means 20, 29 total year-to-date leads.
Perfect. So we have 29 total year-to-date leads. And then so from there on a weekly average, if we have 29, how many weeks are we in? Let's say 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's say like 11 weeks maybe. By 11. So we're getting about 2.6 per week on average. What's our weekly goal, Carol?
Well, if I'm at 2.6, it just went to 3.5.
Okay, look at that. So our weekly goal is 3.5. On average per month, we are getting, so 29, and let's divide that by the 2.5 months we've been through, 11.6. And your monthly goal is what?
Based on that, it's going to be 15.
Perfect. I love to hear that. Okay. So now this one, year-to-date conversion, this is going to come from, this is going to be your percentage of the leads that you're actually converting to transactions. Now on me, I have 2 separate ones here. So I have Chasten and then I have the rest of the team. You can fill this in with whatever you want to fill it in. It can just be your name. It can be you and somebody else, however your structure is set. But the way that you want to do that is take this year-to-date average of the amount of leads and then divide that by the number of, take your closings and divide that by the number of leads and then multiply it by 100.
Okay,
So,
well, I did not include my closings in that year-to-date. If you were to include my closings in that, that's going to bump up to that. We're going to add 5 to that and make it 34.
Okay.
Because I've had 5 closings this year.
Okay. Perfect.
And I have 2 pending closings this year.
Okay.
That I didn't count in that. Does that make that 36?
Yep.
I'm sorry, I have 3 pending closings because I have one that's in new construction that just went in. So that would make that 37.
37.
Sorry, I didn't know I should have included them.
No, you're good. You're good. We're working through this together.
Okay, and well, wait a minute. I also have 3 listings that are coming to market that I didn't count in the numbers.
Were they from leads? Great.
Yeah, these are all things I got from cold calling. I have 24 Lynbrook, 1905 Township, and 274 Birch. These are all properties I have signed listing agreements on that we're going through different things to get them ready for market.
Okay.
And so they're all signed paperwork clients.
Okay, perfect. So you all know how to calculate these numbers, correct? Just so we don't have to go through it again.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Do you
No.
also want me to count my active buyer clients that I'm working with?
Woo, yeah.
Hold on now, you said leads. To me, the lead is not a client that I'm working with. That's somebody I'm trying to convert. So
Right.
if you want me to also count my active buyer clients, you got to add 3 more because I got Keisha, Kelly, and Christina all actively looking for houses. And then I have Jeremy and Greg on hold, and I have Carol Afton on hold.
Okay.
5 buyer clients that still aren't in there.
Okay. Now, something to think about with this. These are all leads that have come in from January 1st to now, right?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
These
Okay.
are cold calling.
Okay. So let's move over to listings. So for this month, how many active listings do you have?
I have 1 active listing. Well, no, I have 1 listing pending. I have 1 going active.
Okay, so it's not active yet. We're gonna put it at 0.
Yep.
And then how many closed do you have for this month?
Listings
Mm-hmm.
for this month.
Yep.
It's March.
Yep.
No, I don't have any this month.
Okay, cool. Okay, year to date listed.
That sold 2.
Yeah, they could have sold, they could have fallen off the market, just the listings that you've gotten year to date.
Year to date, I have 1 that was sold, 1 that's pending to sold, and 3 that are ready to come to market soon.
Are those 3 that are ready to come to market, are listing agreements signed already?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's count those. So 5. Okay. What's your goal
For the year?
for so far?
Well, I have my total transaction goal for the year set at 35.
So 35, and we're gonna divide that by 12. Let's see what that average number is, 2.91. Let's adjust for seasonality. So let's say the goal is 2.
Okay.
All right, so you're definitely superseding your goal.
That just tells me my goal's too low. But it's my first year, so I tried to set based on a percentage of the cold calls I was making.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, and this is why we want to have this meeting every day, you know, so you're able to look at this and see this. I want to say you're probably at around like 197%, but we'll just say 200%.
Okay.
So you're up. Okay, pending active. How many closings do you have pending right now?
I have 3 pending right now. One
Okay.
is a listing, excuse me, 1 was a listing, 1 was a buyer client, or 2 are buyer clients.
Okay. And then what's the total volume amount?
I don't know what you mean by that. You mean money
So,
wise?
so the total amount of those 3 closings. So
Money
let's
wise.
say,
Okay.
huh?
So you have 195,
Okay.
404,
Mm-hmm.
and 268. 867,000.
Okay. Perfect. And are you on like 3% with those for the most part?
About 2.75.
Okay. So 23,842.
Which is too low.
Okay.
If you also want to count what I've already closed, because that doesn't include what I've already closed. That's just what's pending.
No, we're just going by pending right now.
Okay.
Yep. I forgot what the decimal was on that number, but
I don't worry about decimals. It's
yeah.
just,
Okay, so now year to date closed. So what's closed already?
I have $523,500 worth of closed with 5 closings.
Okay, so we have 5 closings, and what was that number?
523.5.
Like that, 523.5. Perfect. And then you said you're on a 2.75.
Yeah, it comes out to like 2.75. Some were 3%, some were 2.5.
Okay.
The averages to about 2.75.
Okay. 697,125.
I'm a tracker, so I love this spreadsheet.
Yeah. Good. Because it's easy to read, and the cool thing about this is this adjusts daily. So it's really awesome to see what you start with at the beginning of the week and then what you end with. A lot of things don't really change on this side, but I like to see movement in these areas. And then for this year-to-date combined, you would do the same thing, pretty much taking these two and doing that. So I will do that right here.
Okay.
So our year-to-date combined is going to be 8. Our volume is 523,500 plus 867. 1.395. And then let's do 0.027. 38 to 38. Perfect. Not too bad for the first quarter. Okay, so this next section. So now that we know where all of our numbers are, this next section, this is, so it says inside sales. So once you get an ISA, if you get an ISA, you can put a name there, but you can use this as just a normal thing right now. So year-to-date CCR. Year-to-date CCR means current client referrals, okay? Those are referrals you're getting from your current clients, because it is a good practice to ask your current people who you're helping for referrals. Do you all currently do that?
One of my closings this year was from a referral.
Yes.
Perfect. So that's what that means. You're gonna set a goal for yourself of how many current client referrals and then how many you've gotten so far. So you said one of them that you've done is a current client referral. So we're gonna put 1, and let's just say our goal is 50. You're still at 1% because you've gotten 1. But you can adjust this number to whatever you want to adjust it to.
Okay.
Month-to-date listing appointments. How many listing appointments do you want to do a month?
10, not 20, not 25.
25.
I would love to do 25 listing appointments a month. Is that high?
Yeah, you can do that.
How many listing appointments is on your goal sheet?
Like 10.
Okay, then that's probably a little high. So I just realized how high, because that's a monthly. So it should probably be 5 if I'm being realistic, because I am still a new agent.
Yeah. I mean, it's 10 for me personally, but I'm very specific about the listing appointments that I go on as a team. It's very much more higher than that. But for me personally,
Yeah, probably 5 for myself, because I'm only
Okay.
one person.
How many have you had so far this month?
This month,
Yep.
they all got rescheduled.
Okay, so we'll just put 0 for now. Active listings. What's your goal for active listings? How many listings do you want to carry at a time?
Every month, I would love to have 3 listings active.
Okay.
I have that right now, but they're not active. They're coming,
Okay. All right. How many leads do you want to generate every month?
Realistically, I think if I could generate 25 leads a month,
Okay.
and I could convert 10%, I think is the average. So that would be 2.5 leads per month.
And these are true organic leads, right?
These are people I'm cold calling. I
Okay.
cold call every day.
Yep.
I try to do 1,000 cold calls a week.
Gotcha. Perfect. And then how many do you have so far for this month?
Cold calls?
8. You have 8 leads, right? Month to date?
Yeah. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 active leads that I'm working with right now from cold calling.
Okay. So we're at 5% on that. So this is where you would fill in those 8 here, okay?
Okay.
All right. So now we move on to listings. All right. So
Okay.
this is a great place since well, let me see. Do you have listings on the market? You have some listings coming.
I have 3 coming, 1 pending under contract.
Mm-hmm. So what we're gonna put here is when you get those listings, let's just say 123 Main Street and 123 Main Street
Right.
had 3 showings, or let's just say they had 2 showings, and you're gonna put the feedback in here, so
Okay.
that when you are doing your update calls on Tuesday, this is where you're gonna come to get that feedback. This should, I mean, if you're getting showings on your listings every day, you should be putting some type of feedback here, and it just correlates to the address.
Okay.
Offers received. This is where you do that section. As you start to receive the offers, put the address, and you can put whatever details you want to put. If you just want to put the price, if you want to put more than that, it's whatever. We just leave this blank for you. Appointment over the next 7 days. So we're talking about listings. These are your listings appointments. Okay. Client source. If you have multiple agents, the daytime, the notes, and is the file complete? You can just think of that as, is the listing appointment complete?
Okay.
Now, since you have some incoming to be signed, you can put those addresses here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those are listings to be signed, and hopefully you have those signature appointments already set up, so they can go here if they're within the next 7 days.
Pending, not active, I have the 3. One should come in the market this week, actually, I think Wednesday. The other one, I'm about a week and a half out, because we do pre-listing inspections.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go over the pre-listing inspection with the client, and I tell them, based on factual information, this is what we should do to the property to make it sellable. So they're going through their pre-listing work now. It should be done in about a week and a half or so.
Yep. And you could put all those comments here.
Okay.
And you could put a date here when you want to follow up, or you could just put, they've been follow up, or, whatever helps you to understand it. Then, and then your target market date.
Okay.
Expiring within 45 days. So these are going to be listings that you already have when they're expiring. Okay. Now we're moving on to buyers. Right. So here we go again. So the client, the name of the actual client, the listing agent's name, the selling agent, which would be you if you're representing the buyers, the current status of it, and then any to-do list items. Or comments, whatever you want to put there. And then closings. I don't know why Phil's name is there. Closings, same thing. Client, who's the agent. If it's just you, put you. And then if there's any status or to-do items. Now, the reason why we have multiple lines here is, for one, if you have multiple agents, you can break up their closings in those sections. But just to keep it organized on my end, when I'm just doing this solo, or if it's just me or one other person, I can put the client Daniel 4 different times, because I have 4 different to-do items for Daniel. Send amendment, or whatever I want to put there. Schedule closing, talk about X, Y, and Z. All of those things would go with Daniel. You can use this agent if you don't have multiple agents. Let's say that you have a transaction coordinator, or a lender, or title company, and you want them to have a conversation, whatever you want to put there. Make it work for you. All right. Now, what else is part of our morning meeting? We talk about marketing and technology. What do we need to do? Do we need to do anything as far as print marketing goes? Do we need to order some brochures or flyers for a listing? You can change this from print. I just keep it as print because print is like the thing that we have to get like an order in for and get designed and all that kind of stuff. I don't really put like social media stuff on here because that kind of, we have a flow for that. But print marketing is important. So put all that here. You can change this heading to make it work for you, whatever. Technology. Are there anything, I mean, is there anything technology wise that I'm trying to do in my business? Do I need to be researching a better CRM? Do I need to be trying to implement a video sending platform? You know, what are those items that are on my business plan that I want to implement within the year? I'm going to put those here, and then I'm going to put a deadline. When do I want that research done? When do I want to have had decided on one? You know, it keeps me on top of that section. Next, client communications. Oh, we have events going on. So we have a client appreciation event. You know, what date is that? How many RSVPs are we at right now? Any comments? Gifting. I know that you just did some gifting, Carol.
Yeah.
So you can keep track of this.
They love it. I sent them the 9-volt batteries.
You did what?
It's that time of year to change your batteries when you spring forward and fall back for your smoke detectors and your carbon monoxide.
Yep.
They're pretty universal that they're 9-volt. So I sent everybody 9-volt batteries and they loved it.
Yep. Yep.
I'm gonna find little mini hand sanitizers that I'm gonna make at home.
Oh yeah, everybody love that now.
Right.
You're gonna love that now.
Best gift ever, right there.
Yep. You can track your costs here. When it was completed, any comments, and then anything else that you're doing as far as client communications. Are you sending out a mass email to your database, a newsletter, a video, whatever it is? You can put that here and then mark it as complete or not. Your executive coordinator, which would be George in my position. So if there's any big projects that y'all are working on, I mean, again, customize this for you, but same deal. Okay. Director of sales. Now this is handy for me because I have other people on my team that I delegate things to. So this is how I keep track of what I'm giving them to do. So our director of sales, one thing that he has to do is I sent him on a mission to raise, you know, everybody's I don't want to say morale, like everybody's walking around here sad, but everybody's all anxious right now because of what's going on. And so something that he's planning is just kind of this little like evening yoga thing where like we all just like clear our mind and stuff like that. And it was his idea. So that's what's going to go in his description when it's set to be and once it's complete. Another goal of his was to reformat his sales meetings because I didn't like them. And so this is another goal that I'm going to keep track of. So I'm having these high level conversations with them, but we're also, whatever I'm assigning, whatever we're coming up with, anybody saying, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. I plan to do this. All right. Well, you know, if you say that you're going to do it, I'm going to write it down here and I'm going to hold you accountable and I'm going to keep track. So even right now, if you're the director of operations and you're the director of sales and you're the events coordinator and you're the executive coordinator, what are initiatives under those specific titles that you want to implement and get done in your business? What's something you want to get done operations wise? This can be something, you know, I want to customize this spreadsheet for my business. So you would write that in there, customize spreadsheet. And that can be a goal. And then you can mark it complete. You know, you're having this daily meeting with yourself every day. So you're looking at it every day and you're checking things off as you're getting them complete. Now that's going to help you out when you're time blocking or when you're making your to-do list. What do I actually have to do today? I'm not adding new things on there because I added these things on there Monday and I see I have things to do this week. Now, if I get done everything and I have more time, then I may add something else, but I'm not moving away from what I set on this Monday meeting. I'm just tracking during the week. Now, team leader. So something about me is I'm still responsible for making calls. If y'all have seen my daily schedule, the one thing that I have on my schedule every single day is power hour. Okay, so every morning, George, he comes in, he delivers me two things.
Maybe can I have water?
He delivers me my calendar printed out, and he knows my calendar. There's a copy of my calendar tacked to the wall upstairs, so everybody else knows my calendar. And then he brings me my call list, so I know during my power hour who I have to call for that day. Okay. I know whose birthday it is because we keep track of those in our CRM. I know who I need to call for a birthday. And then if there's any general to-do items that I need to do, I also have these. These are while you're out things, phone calls. So if there's anything else that needs to go on there, I get delivered these twice a day. If there's anything else that needs to go on there or anything that I need to do for the day, it gets put on here. This is what I keep track of too. So we have a very organized team meeting process, and it happens daily, every single morning for 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be long. Sometimes we may go to 30 minutes, especially on like the Mondays meeting. But for the most part, when you're moving through the week, it's just coming in here updating. Where are we at on this? Where are we at on this? Do we need to check anything else off? Like where are we at? It's just an update to where we see ourselves moving through the week based off of what we're saying on this team meeting. This is tracking. This is 100% tracking in your business. You all are business owners, so you have to own your activities, but you also have to own your operations. Okay, think about when you start scaling, because I can tell you now, Carol, with these numbers, if you keep these up, you're gonna add a person or two on before the end of the year. Just even if they're just operations people, because all of this is going to be a lot, and you're gonna want to be focusing on this stuff to where you're still making those calls, you're still getting in those listings, but you have other things going on in your operation, so your business isn't taking a hit because you're making 1,000 calls a week. Okay, so get in the habit today of starting to keep track of your business on a high level, and having this daily meeting with yourself every day. We talked about the daily meeting in, I think it was the second lesson in Power Unit. So you can go back to level 1. I think it's week 2 where we talk about the time block schedule. And one of those things in the time block schedule is your daily meeting. Okay. So have this daily meeting with yourself.
Okay.
Anybody have any questions?
Man, thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question.
Yep.
I have a question. This is
Mhm.
Steve. So you mentioned that something auto-populates. What was that auto-populates? Is it after you put the date in, or?
Yeah, so here I'll switch back to my screen. So your date auto-populates. So the day up here, you're gonna put in the actual theme of whatever today is, and then these things auto-populate here on your inside sales. So if I say that her current client referrals numbers are 20, you see it auto-populated the percentage she is to her goal right below it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But that's going to be based on what information you entered in the dashboard above that. Is that right?
It's going to be based, so like in inside sales, it's going to be based on whatever number you put here for your goal.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you.
So who's going to commit to having this daily meeting with yourself every day? Awesome. Awesome.
I want to say,
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna hold Paula accountable. She's gonna have that meeting.
I was going to say that as you were going over this sheet with Carol, I'm looking at it and my heart is literally racing with anxiety of feeling overwhelmed by the process. Like, not that it's impossible to do, but it's just like another level that I haven't really looked at. I've been just doing numbers and grasping at straws, I guess, and just keeping bits and pieces all over the place, and having it all together is just, and looking at it like that, it's like, it makes me literally feel that way. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but that's honestly how I feel.
Meanwhile,
I
can
feel the same way.
Okay.
6 active listings. How many buyer clients do you have actively under contract? Like Paula has like all this stuff going on and she ain't tracking none of it.
I know.
And that makes me anxious. Oh, 6 listings you ain't tracking none.
Yeah, I would be anxious. Not like, yeah. It's especially when you have a lot going on. I literally have to. This is one of the first things I look at every day. Like, where are we at in the business? I ask myself that question every single day. Where are we at in the business? And I like that I'm able to look at one place, because how I am on the other side, just as an entrepreneur, like, stuff pops in my brain all day and I'm like, oh, I want to do this and I want to do that. Oh, wouldn't it be cool if I sent this to people? And wouldn't it be cool? So this helps me put it all on paper, but to also see where do I need to step it up? Oh, are leads low this month, or where are my current client referrals? Like, I need to step it up. I need to be asking for referrals. I need to have maybe different conversations, more lunches, and as you start to do this more, Paula, and seeing and everybody else, it'll get easier. You remember I told you it was to the point where I was like, well, what do I talk about today? Like, not much has changed from yesterday to today, and that's a good place, because that's where you can start looking for new opportunities. And you could say, wow, I have a pretty well organized system here, so I can afford to add another thing on there, or I can afford to look at different areas in my business, because obviously the lead generating is working, the listings are working, we're getting buyers under contract, but how's my operations? How's my marketing? How's my community outreach? How's my team building? So it gives you more of a visual to be able to really take your business to another level. But you want to get in that habit right now before it gets just super chaotic, to where it can be just like, I have too much going on. I can't even afford to fill out this form,
Yep. Too late. No, just kidding.
You're a mess.
I know.
Yeah. So, okay. So a couple questions, Chasen. How do you ask for referrals? So current client referrals, the conversation simply like this. Hey, I know that we've been working together for 2 weeks and you seem to be very happy. You seem to be pretty pleased about what we're doing. Is there anybody else that who is currently or could possibly be looking to buy, sell, or lease that I can provide the same service to? Sometimes I'll even throw in there, when you're working in real estate, it's kind of like when you buy a new car. You buy that car and all of a sudden you see that car everywhere. And so I commonly know that when people are in real estate transactions, for some reason, everybody around them knows it. And then they start talking about real estate. So has anybody talked about real estate to you that I could provide this same great service to? No, not today. All right, no problems. I'll ask you again next week, and just keep it at that. So real simple thing. Always asking this when great things are going on, like when they're happy, when they say, oh my gosh, thank you so much, Chasen, or oh, that's amazing, you got us that. Like, yeah, who else can I get that for? So that's how I go about it. But just keep it normal conversation. Like, by this time, these people are your clients, so don't go back FSBO script on them. They're your clients. Talk to them how you're talking as a client. All right, what do you do for community outreach? So community outreach for us is more so based around like newer businesses that are opening up in the area, or if we're working in a neighborhood where there's an HOA. And I didn't mean for community outreach to make it sound like big, huge charity events, but it could literally just be us holding an open house on the driveway or the sidewalk of some place where we're giving out snow cones, or where we've rented one of those bouncy houses, or just getting people around in the community involved, or throwing like a grand opening happy hour for any new like restaurants that have come in, or places, and just inviting people out. So nothing just like over the top, but we like to keep our community outreach small scale to where we're able to effectively, converse with the people there, and not make it seem like we're just this big corporation trying to get in business and stuff like that.
Okay, thank you.
I'm focusing on the phone.
All right, cool. Any other questions? Anything you all want to bring to the table? Anybody dealing with anything you want to bring up? I will share something. I currently now have a podcast on iTunes. So excited about. So I'm gonna take for like today's episode, because I feel like it's just extremely relevant. I'm gonna take some of these clips from how we were talking about the coronavirus and put on there. But yeah, so more cool stuff from that will come. I want to get everybody on there at some point, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, I enjoyed y'all today. I really want to hear about some results, having these daily meetings next week. So commit to doing it. Don't feel like you have to have it 100%, but just get into the habit of using a form like that as your structure, and having that meeting and assessing your business every single morning. All right.
Can I ask you one question
Yep.
before you go? The theme of the day, I know, can you just remind me again what that was? Because I think I was already in that overwhelmed state when you're going over it, so I probably have a mental block now.
Yep. So Monday are my favorite people. So my VIPs, favorite people, whatever you want to call them. So
How do you classify your favorite people? Like,
yeah, so I classify them as people who aren't in real estate that have sent me business. I classify them as people who are kind of like influential and I have a good relationship with. Honestly, anybody who I wouldn't mind sitting down and having a 2-hour dinner with
Okay.
like drinks and having a good time. And I know that they have my back and they're constantly looking out.
got it. Okay.
So truly my favorite people.
Okay.
So Qantas, Chasen. So my buyers, they're in a panic. And my 2 of my buyer consultations that I was supposed to have this week, they panic.
Okay, Darlene, we're gonna come right back to that. Hold on. Let me finish telling her the theme days.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's Monday, and then Tuesday are gonna be your current clients. So people who you're currently working with. So they're gonna be the update status calls. So you're gonna talk to the lenders, you're gonna talk to the attorneys, title companies, whatever, inspectors, whoever you need to get an update from, and then you want to update your clients and also update the agents on the other side. So Tuesdays are your update days.
And this is for your power hour?
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Wednesdays are going to be your hot and new and hot leads and old leads and warm leads. So all of those people. So people who may have said that they were 6 months out, people who have come through over the weekend or came through the night before, you interacted with at an open house, all of those hot leads, all of those just randoms. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday is going to be your past clients. So people who you've already done a deal with, you're calling in, you're checking in, seeing how they're doing, how's their family, how's work, asking for a referral. Did you get my gift? Did you get my card? Whatever, but past clients. Friday are going to be your new people who you're chasing / your referral partners. Now, I like for Friday to be like the business people. So those are going to be your builders, your divorce attorneys, your accountants, people who you're trying to make referral partners, or even people who are already referral partners. And that those conversations are you're setting up lunches or coffees with them for the next week, so that you can hear about their business and what service they offer, so that you can start exchanging business with them.
Okay.
Okay.
And then when you have the way that you time block your power hour into your schedule, do you also time block the times that you schedule to meet with them? Do you have a day, or do you pretty much leave that flexible based on their availability? And it could be 2:00 Wednesday, or it could be 9:00 in the morning Friday.
No, so what I have on my calendar, my goal is to always have 5 face-to-faces a week. And so I already have those times blocked into my calendar. I just need to fill them with the right people. I mean, fill them with whoever I talk to on that Friday. And so let's just say that I'm talking to somebody on Friday, and they say, yeah, Thursday is going to work great for me. And so I'll say, okay, how's 1:30 to 3:30, or 1:30 to 2:30. Sounds good. I already have that time blocked out in my calendar. And so all I do is pencil in their name. Same thing now. My times are different in every day because my schedule, even my pre-planned time block schedule, is different for every day. I have power hour at 11. Some of these days I have it at 10. Some days based on other things that I have going on. But I'm basically just putting them into the slots that I already have. Okay. I always have on my calendar, well, a few times a week, I have on there in the evening at 6 p.m., I have event. I don't know what event. It could be, oh, this person is better meeting after work for happy hour. Then there I go. I'll plug that in under event for them. So, I have those times already in there that I can just put people in based on their availability.
Okay. Thank you. That's helpful.
Yep. All right. Now, Darlene, you have some people freaking out.
Yes, my listing. So I have 2 listings. They don't want people to come to their house now until all this has blown over.
Okay.
Well, that could be when.
Yeah, don't ask me, but
I mean, you can't ask anybody.
Right.
And so I'm like, I got you on the market accumulating these days, and you don't want anybody to come visit your home. So I'm in this contemplation of whether I'm going to temporarily take your home off the market because you're not going to let nobody in.
I have a solution, well, not a solution, but a suggestion that I read online about that, that I could share is, I don't know how helpful it would be, but they were saying just to sort of understand where your clients are coming from and provide them with solutions first, like tell them that you're going to have, Clorox wipes on hand, you're going to have some hand sanitizer, that you'll be able to wipe everything down, you'll kindly ask people not to touch. So people that are really concerned about it, to put those measures in place. I don't know if that would be helpful, but I would think that, just even taking small little steps like that might make somebody feel a little bit more at ease about the situation. I don't know, it's worth a try rather than just canceling the whole thing. I would think first try that.
And Darlene, something else you can do is sort of what we do in the luxury market is make people send over their pre-approval prior to being able to see it. So instead of it just being a showing, just letting your client know, oh, we have a showing, letting them know, hey, we have an extremely qualified buyer. They're really serious. They've already sent over their pre-approval to us. We're gonna put these measures in place. We're gonna have the hand sanitizer. We're gonna have the Clorox wipes. But this is a serious buyer. Now is probably not the best time to tell them to take their home off the market. Danny said a few minutes ago that he's starting to see lots of multiple offers of as high as 15% over because of everything that's going on. So communicate that to them as well, and just let them know, hey, everybody's doing this, and we're all in this together. But you can definitely probably get a better reward right now. We just got to do what we have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll just call them and say, I think I got some solutions for you.
Yep. And you know, maybe even get in there and create a walkthrough video and you know, send that to people ahead of time. And the serious ones who say, you know, oh, I love the walkthrough video, I still want to see it, you know, send over your pre-approval, I will get you in there. And you can let your seller know, hey, they've seen the video that I've done, they're still in the home, they've emailed over a pre-approval already, so we know that they're qualified, this is a serious buyer. So that way you can start to separate just the looky-loos from, hey, this is someone who could potentially make an offer.
Right. That sounds great. Thank you. Because I do videos anyway. That'll be my video for today.
There you go. Lovely. All right.
All right.
Anything else?
Does anybody know how to do an API key off of a Google form?
Where's your API key gonna be firing to?
Okay, so I have a program that's going to allow me to put a lead capture generation form in the middle of a video.
Oh.
I need the API key from the Google form to direct it to, and I don't understand how to actually find that.
Okay. That's gonna be in the developer area. Let me see if there.
Have I told you I love you yet today? When I met Chasten in Las Vegas, I was like, "You're going to teach me."
Yeah, let me see. I'm pretty sure
Oh, yeah.
it's gonna be in there, because I know that from Google Forms you can put them directly into spreadsheets, so there has to be some type of capabilities. But something you can also maybe check into is Zapier, and see if you can connect your Zapier to whatever that other service is, because Zapier has made it extremely easy for these like API things to where they can connect your API from one place to the next without you having to do that whole like coding thing.
Oh, that would be awesome. Okay, Zapier.
Zapier, yeah.
Zapier has specific programs that they'll be willing to work with, correct? Like, for example, Facebook to a CRM. Is that correct?
Yeah, or whatever the video platform. Okay. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. I will check that out.
I dropped a link in the chat box for where kind of like the Google form codes and APIs are. And so it may be found on that page, but I would definitely check out Zapier.
Okay.
Whatever. I call it Zap.
Thank you, C. I appreciate it. I see the link you sent.
Perfect. All righty. Okay, guys. Well, let's go knock it out the park this week. And I will see y'all next Monday.
Paul, I'm going back to cold calling. You coming?
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.